Welcome to the Manager Lab, where we delve into the increasingly dynamic world of talent management. In each episode, we will unravel key insights, break down the most relevant books and articles, and provide actionable tips to optimize your approach in developing and retaining top talent. Stay tuned for a deep dive into the art, science, and strategy of unlocking your team's full potential. Let's enter the Manager Lab. Well, think about this question. What's the one thing that if you lost it tomorrow would instantly undermine your leadership? It's probably not your title. It's not your experience. It's not even your results. It's trust. Today, we're diving into one of the most foundational principles from John C. Maxwell's The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, the law of solid ground. Maxwell puts it simply: trust is the foundation of leadership. And here's the truth. Without trust, leadership doesn't just weaken, it collapses. So part one of the article is why trust is your leadership currency. Think about the best leader you've ever worked for. Chances are you didn't just respect them, you trusted them. You believed they were honest, they had your best interest in mind, and they would do what they said. That trust became the solid ground you stood on as an individual reporting to them and as a team. So now flip it around. Think about a leader you didn't trust. Everything becomes harder. Communication breaks down many times. Motivation disappears. People second guess every decision. Because when trust is gone, people stop following wholeheartedly. They comply at best or disengage entirely. Trust is the currency of leadership, and once it's spent carelessly, it's incredibly hard to earn back. Part two of the article talks about how trust is built and how trust is broken. Maxwell emphasizes that trust is built on three core pillars. One is competence. Can you actually do the job? Your team needs to believe that you're capable. You don't have to know everything, but you must demonstrate growth, sound judgment, and the ability to lead through challenges. So that's number one, competence. The second thing is connection. Do you care about your people? Trust deepens when people feel seen, heard, and valued and respected, and just as employees, not just as employees, but as human beings, right? So connection is the second piece. Character is the third one, and this is a big one because character is who you are when no one is watching. It's integrity, it's consistency, it's brutal honesty. And here's the reality. You can lose trust in a moment, but it's built over time through consistent character. A single broken promise, a moment of dishonesty, or a decision that benefits you at the expense of your team, those moments crack the foundation. Part three of the article talks about the high cost of broken trust. Let's make this practical. When trust is broken on a team, you'll start to see reduced engagement. So people will stop giving discretionary effort. That's the very definition of engagement, is how much discretionary effort you see. And when you break trust, reduced engagement often follows. Second, slower execution. Everything requires double checking and approvals, and so execution slows down. Third, increased turnover, especially in your really talented people, because top talent quietly exit when trust is broken. And then lastly, cultural erosion. Cynicism then breeds unbelief. So cynicism replaces belief in you as a leader and as an organization, quite frankly. But here's the deeper cost. People stop believing in the mission. And when belief fades, performance will inevitably follow. Fourth, actionable ways managers can build solid ground. So let's bring this down practically to the day-to-day. If you're a manager, here are some practical ways to build and protect trust on your team. One, do what you say you'll do. This sounds simple. We say this all the time, but it's everything. If you say, I'll follow up, then you have to follow up. If you say, I'll get you that resource, get it. If you say, I've got your back, prove it. And then consistency over time will build credibility, and credibility is what builds trust. So the action step here is at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I keep my word today? Number 2, choose transparency over comfort. Leaders often avoid hard conversations to protect, quote unquote, to protect their people. But lack of transparency actually erodes trust. Your team doesn't need perfection, they need honesty. And so the action step here is that when you're facing uncertainty, say, I don't have all the answers yet, but here's what I do know. And that kind of clarity really builds confidence. Thirdly, admit mistakes quickly. Nothing strengthens trust like humility. When you mess up, and you will, we all do, own it. No excuses, no deflection. Just, hey, I got that wrong. Here's what I'm doing to fix it. And so the action step here is to model transparency publicly in team settings. It gives others permission to be honest too. Fourth, protect your people. Trust grows when your team knows you advocate for them, that you have their back. So give them credit publicly, defend them when appropriate, and address issues privately, not publicly. In your next leadership meeting, here's the action step, intentionally highlight one team member's contribution. And then last, be consistent, not just impressive. Charisma might win you attention, but consistency earns trust. Your team is watching how you respond under pressure, how you treat difficult people, and whether your values hold when it's inconvenient to do so. So identify one value as an action step that you want to be known for, and then intentionally live it out every day. Do it for a set period of time, and then evaluate your results. Segment 5 of the article talks about a leadership reflection. Here's a powerful question to sit with. If my team were asked privately, do you trust your leader? What would they say? Not what you hope they would say, not what your results suggest they would say, but what their experience tells them. Because leadership isn't declared, it's experienced. And the last part of I keep saying article, the last part of the book chapter is the sort of the landing, the inspirational close. So leadership isn't built on strategy alone. It's not built on intelligence, even results. It's built on who you are as a person, who you are showing up as a leader. So every conversation, every decision, every follow-through, you are either laying bricks of trust or removing them. And over time, those small amounts create the ground your leadership stands on. So choose wisely, because when trust is strong, teams move faster, people go further, and leadership becomes something people want to follow. The law of solid ground reminds us, if you want to lead people well, start by becoming someone they can trust completely. Well, thanks for listening today. And if this episode challenged or encouraged you, share it with another leader who's building something meaningful. And remember, leadership isn't about standing above people. It's about becoming the ground they can stand on. Hope that helps. Hope that helps you as a manager and as a leader. And until next time we meet in the Manager Lab, do good work.